Hello and good evening. Welcome to Sunday Politics on Trust TV, your go-to program for everything politics, policy and governance. I am Hamza Idris. Despite the progress made globally in promoting gender equality, women in Nigeria continue to face significant obstacles in political leadership. From cultural biases to systematic barriers, the journey for women in governance is often an uphill battle. Tonight, we will examine the experiences of two prominent figures, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, the female senator representing Kogi Central, who had a close shave with the Senate President Godswill Akpabio over sitting arrangement in the Senate chambers. There are divergent opinions on what happened at the Red Chamber, with some people supporting Senator Natasha and others calling for her suspension. And of course, there is also the raging issue of alleged plans to remove the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mojisola Meranda, to pave the way for the return of the hostile Speaker, Mudashiru Obasa. Why are women having a rough ride in Nigeria's political space? Recall that women make up about 49% of Nigeria's population, yet their representation in governance remains disproportionately low. According to recent data, women hold less than 7% of elective positions in Nigeria. This glaring disparity raises questions about the barriers women face in entering and thriving in political space. We have a clip on what happened between Senator Natasha and Senate President Akpabio. Have a look.
The Chief Whip of the Senate, Tahir Mongono, while citing Order 6, Rule 2 of the Senate Standing Rules, said it permits the Senate President to reallocate seats to any lawmaker at his discretion. He further explained that Senator Natasha's refusal to relocate to the new seat assigned to her will leave the President of the Senate no other option than to exercise powers not to allow her contribute on any matter on the floor if she so remains on her previous seat. Her attempt to move a motion of citing a breach of her privileges was turned down by the President of the Senate, instructing her to relocate to her new seat in order to be recognized. But Senator Natasha, still speaking, challenged the authority of the President of the Senate, insisting that her voice will not be silenced even if not recognized. The chamber soon turned rowdy, forcing the President of the Senate to order the sergeant at arms to take her out of the chamber, but all the lawmakers pleaded on her behalf. Despite much persuasion from other lawmakers in the chamber, Senator Natasha still remained on her seat, refusing to move to her new allocated seat. Meanwhile, the senator strongly condemned the Benue State House of Assembly's removal of Chief Judge Justice Maurice Ikpambe's. The Senate also urged the National Judicial Council (NJC) to resolve the matter. The condemnation followed a point of order raised by Senator Abamoro, who described the removal as a breach of due process.
Mr. President, the motion is on the fact that the State House of Assembly passed a resolution removing the state's chief judge in contravention of relevant sections of the Constitution and without the participation of the National Judicial Council. And Mr. President, a few members, like 14 of them out of the 32 members of the Benue State House of Assembly, abstained from participation on that illegality. And subsequently, they were suspended. And so, Mr. President, we feel that unless there is an urgent intervention, there is the possibility of a constitutional crisis.
In his contribution, Bayelsa West Senator Sireki Dixon voiced concerns over the constitutional implications.
In spite of that concern, I just wanted to draw attention to what you have already said, SP, the Senate President, which is that yesterday, from all the news channels, clearly today, the National Judicial Council yesterday sat and took a decision and made it public, making it clear that it is their constitutional responsibility to sanction a serving member of the bench, and in any case, to begin the process of removing the chief judge of Benue State or of any other state. They have already done so.
Senate President Akpabio condemned the removal, noting that the matter was before the disciplinary judges.
Information available to us here that the body that is constitutionally mandated to discipline judges has already condemned the action and issued a statement.
So many issues there, and to help us analyze the issue, especially in relation to women participation, is the Director General, Young Ladies in Politics, Loveth Izekor. Loveth is also the Director of Business Development, AMAC Investment and Property Development. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
You people have had it tough.
It has been like that right from the
I will continue to. Right.
No, we will change that narrative.
Okay, fine. But before we delve into the conversation proper, here are some major developments in the polity. Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, on Sunday inaugurated the newly elected local government chairmen and councillors in the Saturday poll. Adeleke urged them to focus on good governance while warning against any attempt to forcibly occupy council secretariats. He also expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu for resisting alleged attempts by some forces to destabilize Osun State. Speaking at the swearing-in ceremony in Osogbo, the governor described the occasion as a major milestone in the state's democratic process, emphasizing that the election was conducted in line with due process. And elsewhere, Nigerians living in the United Kingdom have protested against rising cases of certificate of sponsorship scams in the country. Certificate of sponsorship is a visa scheme designed for licensed organizations by the UK government to enable them to hire overseas workers who they bring into the European country. COS is supposed to be free. Overseas workers can only make valid visa applications from their countries if they have the backing of such licensed companies, who are also called sponsors. Many desperate foreign workers looking for such visas have, however, fallen victims to fraudulent agents and companies who demand huge sums of money in return for the favor. And yours, you will also have the opportunity to contribute much later in the course of the program. Once again, Loveth, welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
With our tradition. Of course, it's not our major story, but I want you to say a word or two on the Osun election. The governor conducted the election yesterday. He has sworn in the local government chairmen and councillors today. Do you think there is trouble ahead?
Of course, there's trouble ahead. We know that when it comes to the Nigeria system of election, there's always the one thing or the other going on. I'm not going to speak as a party member.
Of course, you are PDP, so
yes.
maybe you will protect your governor.
I'm not going to, but on the positive side, this is what we are looking towards. This is the future whereby election will be conducted and the right thing should be done in the sense of the swearing in, the immediate swearing in. But I don't know the motive behind that, but this is what we want. Not where election will be done in 3-4 days. We don't know what's going behind the system.
Delay in announcing
the results. Where, of course, we are Nigerians. We know something is definitely going on. Then, before you know, I don't want to talk about the last presidential election, where we all had high hopes, and before you know, something happened. So it has been on the positive side. Is what we are looking towards.
But beyond the swearing in, some believe that it's because APC boycotted the whole process. So it was a smooth sell for the PDP, your party in a way.
Yes, it was. Just as I have said, I wouldn't want to speak much
deeply into that. I will not go into the legal technicalities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see, of course, the case is in court,
yes.
you know, and the governor believes that he's on the right footing because the former governor, you know, he also conducted election after he lost election.
Yes.
And this governor came and then, you know, dismantled whatever was there to also have people who will work for him. You are the future. I am also part of the future. But what do you think politicians should do so that even at the local government level, we should have a kind of true democracy in its real form?
Yes, the local government really needs to be autonomy. They have to, it's not just saying it, but the system needs to practice it. They need to practice what it should be. In that sense, you made a statement just now that trying to get his own people at that level. In that sense, that can be avoided, whereby the INEC really needs to be involved, and any means of influence from the governor needs to be reduced, if possibly stopped. So
just the way governors, when you look at it, governors have enormous powers in their states.
Yes.
There are limits to how the president can influence what they do. So you are also advocating something like that at the local government?
At the local government. That is I think that's just going to be the solution.
Yeah.
It's not just saying it, but the implementation as well.
Yeah. Now, fair enough. About JAPA, you've had our second tidbit, certificate of sponsorship. Many Nigerians, because we are very much interested, it's a global thing. Even people in Southern America, they try struggle to go to maybe US proper or some countries around there. Then some from this part trying to go to US, also trying to go to UK and all that. Then demonstration there, because some Nigerians are not taking advantage, or Africans taking advantage of gullible contemporaries back home, because this is among youths more, saying, okay, we'll get the certificate for you, we'll get the job for you, and then they will now ask you for huge sums of money. Some say as much as 10 million just to get this certificate of sponsorship. Why the desperation? Why are youths? Of course, we have been saying this. I don't know whether you have a different perspective as to why our young people, struggle by hook and crook to leave Nigeria.
I'm sure even a blind man can answer that question. We all see what is going on in the country. It's not accommodative. It's not friendly. It's tough out there. I might be honest. By the grace of God, I can afford it, me, but I know what is going on. Even the salary, the strike, the present ongoing strike, it's also related to the economy and all. So why wouldn't somebody want to japa?
Well, why won't you japa? Why are you here?
I'm among the leaders who believe that there is still hope. Yeah. There can still be change. So if everybody japa, who are the people that will create change, that will make things happen?
Meaning you have a lot of work to convince, because of course you are the leader. Young ladies in politics, meaning you have a lot of work to convince this youth that no matter how tough it is, it's much better to remain here at home, struggle, and then make a difference, so that tomorrow let other people from neighboring countries japa to Nigeria.
Yes,
because it's so sad that we even japa to Ghana now.
Even Ghana is better. Benin, just our neighboring countries and other. Yes, people are jackparing to everywhere these days. And if you even see the way they treat Nigerians at the border, at the airport, it's quite unfortunate. All over the country, thank God there's a new narrative ongoing now, but all over the country we are being mistreated like we don't really deserve to even be there. And this is, I think the government need to pay attention into this. Because people are taking advantage of it now. This has been going on for quite a while. Where you see visa, somebody will just compile document and all that. There's scammers and all that. You see people even going on like saying, I will give you admission, I will do this, I will do that. And they'll scam people and people are desperate enough to pay this money because they just want to leave. Some of them even, they will sell their family inheritance, all they have. And at the end of the day, some of them be scammed.
And to be serious towards what you just said, we are actually working on a story. A young man in Kano here, somebody said he will work the visa, the flight ticket and all that for him to go to, is it UAE, and no money. He's an orphan, only the mother there, trying to sell akara and all that to take care. Now, she took the risk. They sold the house they are living in. They sold the house, they took about 75% of the money and then gave that guy who pretended that he's going to do all these things for this young. And now, not even money to eat. And then they have rented a house, it's time to renew the rent, and no money there.
It's quite unfortunate. I think our government really have a lot to do. We, of course, as individuals who are advocating for change and all that, we have a lot to do. Our government also have a lot to do. Because how do you talk to somebody who cannot, just as you said, who cannot even afford a square meal, who has been a victim to such circumstances? And if sometimes you find those people, not that they don't have what it takes to survive, it's just that the government has not really given them a platform in order to exhibit what they have, their skills or their intelligence or their talents. because some of these people, when you have an interaction with them, you find out that they have a lot to offer the society.
Yes.
But it's quite unfortunate. Some even commit suicide. Some even you see some relocate back to the village because of this. They go back to
the frustration in the cities.
It's quite unfortunate, to be honest. And
because I always ask, if I have 2 million or 2.5 million, why can't I now venture into any of the SMEs? Now, some of them, they will say now the taxes that, you know, before you know, the tax people will come. You live in Amak, you know, and then you are also business development. Meaning it's actually timely. So what are you doing to help these young people with little capital to now remain back home instead of taking the whole capital to give to scammers in order to get visa for them? And by the time they land there, from the airport, they begin to see trouble because nobody there to even give them accommodation to pass the night.
Even sometimes the job they've been promised, getting there is as good as nothing. So there's all of us starting. Sometimes they even return some of them. But to your question, of course, you have a certain capital to start up a business, but the government, the question is that have the government provided necessary
infrastructure?
Yes, infrastructure
to
support this. Okay, look at the recent tariff for electricity. Just imagine you want to do something. Maybe you're a tailor. You have some capital. You're a well-trained skill. Even the skill acquisition is also a question mark because the government as well needs to train the youths in some of those cases. Let's assume you are already trained tailor and you're able to afford machine and other necessary materials. What about electricity? You know the recent tariff on electricity. What about that? How do you cope with all this? So there's a lot the government needs to do. There's a lot of consideration that has to be done in terms of businesses in order to support especially small-scale businesses.
To make them try.
Yeah.
I hope we'll invite you some other time to discuss this because it's part of your speciality. But then back to our subject of discussion today, women in governance in Nigeria. You saw the clip there.
Yes,
Natasha,
I did.
she wanted to make a point. And then the speakers were switched off. That day, what was your feeling when you saw the altercation in the chambers?
The truth is that these challenges or this discrimination is what most women pass through in the space of governance, especially the younger ones. Because I'm also, I would say I'm also a victim of that. Or once a victim of, I would say that I am. Let me not try to sugarcoat it. I would say I'm a victim of that as well. Because she's an inspiration to a whole lot of us, a whole lot of young women. So there's a popular saying, someone once told me that if a seat is not created for you, you have to create
that seat
for yourself at the high table. I think that is what she did because the whole thing is to silence her at the first place. Why didn't you probably have a conversation with her that it has to be done to the extent she has to speak up for herself? If she had not done that at that moment, she probably would have been silenced. Telling her you have to go to your new assigned seat before you even complain. I don't think that was right. She's a woman, and you know what we pass through, the cultural belief, societal belief of a human place is not even friendly. It's not considering. It's kind of yes for us. So these are challenges that we have been passing through. We have been fighting, and we are still yet to overcome. And you know, she is also a young woman as well, who is outspoken, who is doing well. I really don't know what must have transpired. So
some will wonder that mere change of seat shouldn't be a storm in the teacup.
It's way beyond that. It's not just mere change of seats. Why was any other person's seat not changed at the first place? But hers. And for her to have spoke up that way, that means there must have been music playing at the background. And she also said that she has been some of her international assignments. She has also been stopped from attending that. She has not been sponsored. That most of these events she has been going, it was self-sponsored. That means something is wrong. If that is a responsibility or what she has been assigned to do, why are they not doing the necessary thing to support her?
And she also said the seat they allocated to her will make her upscale. Because she's in the back seat, but now they have moved her further back, where if she wants to make case, even the cameras there will not even capture her.
Yes.
Is it not strategy? She's
That's
PDP,
a strategy.
and
yes.
the Senate President.
Yes, she being an oppositioner is not just even enough. Also being a woman as well. She's like tackling like two challenges at the same time. And these are things we faced right from time. It has always been there. That's just the honest truth. Because most times you see this gender stereotype, she not being considered for her credibility, or what she can do, or what she can contribute. But you see, for instance, the privileged case she mentioned, you see a male.
She used that opportunity to ventilate her anger. Meaning she had bellied quite a lot. And
of course, a lot has been going on for somebody not to be sponsored, for a responsibility to be given to someone, and she has not been sponsored. It's not just about the seats. A lot has been going on right before the seats. I think the changing of seats was just another strategy to silence her finally. And she just had to speak out.
And going back to even her struggle to reclaim, it was deep into the Senate when she now secured her judgment in the court, right from the election.
Thank you very much. You've seen the whole thing that transpired. She gets into that particular position.
She had a lot with her.
A lot, yes. The attack, the whole thing that transpired during the election period, just for her to win the election, even winning the election, for her to the whole courts, everything, getting to this particular seat. I'm glad this is happening on national TV. This is out there because this is challenge that a whole lot of women has been facing. You, of course, they're like, oh, you're a woman. This is your place. And
do you think it's just about being a woman? Simply, this cannot be done to a man, because they said internet doesn't forget.
Yes.
I saw a clip earlier in the day when then Senate President Bukola Saraki was also on a shouting match with the same Senate President over the change of seat. So maybe men, we easily forget, I don't know, or we revisit the same trouble we passed through on the maybe weaker sex or something like that.
Yes, the Senate President has experienced this before. But of course,
you ought to have built on that. I mean, in terms of reforming the system. Is that what you are trying to say?
No, not really. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Okay, then let me hear you. Yes.
I'm trying to have a proper view from the angle of her being a woman. Of course, she's an opposition. She's from a PDP. She's from PDP, which is the opposition party right now, and a lot is going on. And but I think I've seen some clips that they were in good terms. I've seen some clips like that, and some of the. So I don't know what's happened.
Well, they say no permanent friend in politics.
Yes, of course, no permanent friend, no permanent enemy.
So we shouldn't be surprised maybe by next week if we see Natasha and the Senate President, maybe even from a distance, saying hello, hello.
I think it's too hot for that now, but probably with time.
Yeah.
Time fixes all things. Probably with time that will be addressed. But on a serious note, the issue with women, the challenges women face in governance, needs to be really looked into, because the cultural beliefs that needs to change. Women needs to be seen for their credibility, what they can contribute, what they can do. We need to be, the political party as well, really need to look into constitution in order to see how they can support women in terms of inclusive, to do more.
Well, what kind of support are you looking for? You get forms free. Even in some of the ruling parties now, I mean the leading parties, they give the form free. And then, I don't know, maybe that's why it's just by the way, maybe 10%.
Yes, it's just by the way. You said it though, you giving form free. What about the financial aspects?
For the campaign.
For the campaign as well. And what about people who probably prefer a male candidate? Because the woman might probably not have the full financial capacity to sponsor herself. But you see people who believe in the vision. She might have the vision, she might know what she wants to do, but they will prefer a male candidate over a female candidate just because she's a female. So it's not just
and
about
I have quite a
giving
lot of questions for you on this, but then let's move to Lagos. You are seeing the unfolding drama. Miranda, somehow, we don't know whether it was AI they put, but she was like shedding tears in one of those days during the tumultuous moment in the chambers when some alleged that they wanted to forcibly take her out of her seat. Can you see, or will you describe her case as self-inflicted? Because she was deputy speaker. Why did she agree to become the speaker when she know that Obasa, the almighty speaker who has been there for a very long time, is very, very powerful?
Why did she accept to become?
Yes, this is what some people are asking. Yes, why did she accept when she knows that she cannot fight that serious fight with the former speaker?
Have they considered her probably having the capacity?
Okay, maybe that was the reason her colleagues chose her.
Yes, that's it. If they've considered her having the capacity of being a speaker, so why should she be questioned? Why did she accept? Of course, we know when it comes to power and all that, there is quite some tussle and all that. But
do you think she will survive this?
Of course, she'll survive.
How?
The worst
Because
maybe
because the other lawmakers they are with her in a way. We are actually watching from Abuja. I don't know much about Lagos politics, but from the surface, it's like members of the State Assembly they are with her.
Yes, they are with her, but as you know, politics is a game of numbers. So we don't know. For now, they stand with her. Let's see how it goes. I really hope she has all the necessary supports, because as a woman, as a fellow woman, I really hope she has all the necessary support she will need in order to show her capacity and for her to overcome this particular challenge.
All right, we will have a lot of questions for you, but I think we'll open the line also for our viewers to come and chip in. Maybe they will give another perspective while they ask you some questions which you should help and answer. Yes, viewers, it is now time for you to call and contribute to the main topic of the day, women in governance in Nigeria. Why are they passing through a lot of problems, even if they succeed in securing election? Use the telephone line that will be displayed on your screen, but don't use uncowed language, don't use foul language. Go straight to the point, ask question, or give your own perspective on the subject of discussion. Over to you. Yes, Loveth, as we said in the introductory part of this program, it's like women, your colleagues, are actually finding it tough because look at what happened. Of course, this one, they are appointed. Look at the Uju, Minister of Women Affairs. She has been booted out. Look at the young lady, Minister of Youth, Jamila, right? She was also removed by the Tinubu administration. And then, much earlier, it was tough for Better Edu. Don't you think maybe you women are generating the problem to yourselves? And then, but we have a call. You are smiling. Okay. We have a call. Let's take the first caller and then give you the opportunity to answer this. Okay. Hello, welcome to the program.
Hamza Idris.
Yes, this must be Shamaki.
Yeah, Shamaki from Akwanga National State.
Okay, we have Loveth in the studio. She is actually the Director General, Young Ladies in Politics, and she's also the Director, Business Development, AMAC, Investment and Property Development. She's ready for you. What is your take?
Actually,
why are women having it tough? Yes, Shamaki.
Yeah, good evening once again, my sister in the studio.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, a young lady, which she can be able to perform by mobilizing women the way I see. You see, a couple of years, women were totally left behind in terms of politics. And if you look at, they are the ones that are being forefront in terms of mobilizing their fellow women in terms of election and campaign and what. But the point is, thank God, this time around, they got an opportunity by getting elected offices. which we can able to see in my area. We have many of them.
Oh, okay. In Nasarawa State, you have quite a number of women.
Even in Akwanga, where I'm even from, my local government, Akwanga, many of them have been elected into politics.
State House of Assembly, you mean? Councillorship and all that.
Elected as, House of Assembly, even appointed as commissioners, advisors, and the rest, as I'm speaking to you.
But how are they faring, Shamaki? How are they faring? How are they performing?
You see, the truth of the matter, women are too concerned men. That is true speaking about it. They have that sympathy to the people. That sympathy is in them already.
Is that why they are falling into trouble? Because of their sympathy for the masses?
No, in the case of Natasha, I think there was a video that went viral where Bukola Saraki was Senate President. Akpabio was
Okay, I think the network is bad. We've gotten enough from you. Maybe you try again, Shamaki. But in the meantime, we will try and digest some of the points you raised. I asked a question, so which one will you go to now? He said women are getting the opportunity. I think he was trying to say why they are having challenges. But then the question I asked, quite a number of them, even though not elected, but they fell into trouble.
You mentioned some names. I think some of those issues were self-generated by those people. In the person of the former minister of Uju, yes. I wouldn't want to say she's quite vocal. I wouldn't want to say a lot because this is TV. Personally, I have my personal reservations about her approach. About her personality or her approach.
But you know, wherever she went those days, she will say, the president asked me to come. Why will you organize this seminar without the consent?
I think that's probably what you want me to start talking about. Let me just say my thing.
We are being frank. We said, because we want to unravel. You know, you are a woman, and that's why we brought you. You're all right, especially going by the positions you hold now. And we want to maybe you to give you a perspective as to now how to avoid this, you know, potholes.
Yes, in our case, I think there are women out there who probably do better. I must say, she was very vocal, and which is good, but it has to be in a positive way. Manner. Thank you. I think that was just probably. And
you earlier mentioned this issue of culture and all that. So I remember the marriage in Niger there. You know, some legislator wanted to give out some offers and all that.
Yes. No, that was in good cause.
Okay, you
personally, yes.
But later on, you know, when they now put everything bare for her to see, she now discovered that after all, it's not actually to violate their youthfulness, but these are orphans. They are on the streets, but they are men and they are mature enough. They said and that was why they wanted to take them.
Yes, I believe she was in good cause, but those who were mature enough, that was a very good initiative.
All right, we have another caller on the program, Loveth. Hello, welcome to the program. Who is on the line? Oh, Shamaki. I think Shamaki has something really, really important that he wants to tell us. Okay, Shamaki.
Yeah, Hamza, I'm back.
Okay, then go straight because the network appears not to be in your favor. Yeah.
Can you hear clear now?
Very well, yes.
Yeah, I was trying to throw more light on the issue of Natasha being a strong woman in the chamber there.
Okay.
You see, what happened, it comes around. I remember when Bukola Saraki was a Senate president, Akpabio was a senator. There was a problem between Akpabio and the Bukola Saraki when he was the Senate president, and he addressed him because of the microphone. Which was directed to go and sit there at the other side, refused. And Bukola Saraki, being the Senate president at that time, addressed him, which apologized. So if today Natasha, she's expressing her feelings, she needs to be considered because she lamented that severally she has been denied so many things there. So let's justify this issue. I don't think whether if she's just showing any stubbornness there, that is true of the matter.
So I have a question. Are you now saying she was oppressed of sorts by the Senate leadership?
Yeah, that's what she said. Because if you heard her, she repeated saying she has been denying so many things, that she has been disgraced and embarrassed, harassment. What have you? She said it there, according to her.
Yes, and we are getting into a new week. Most likely on Tuesday, they are going to reconvene in the chambers. What advice do you have for the leadership, and what advice do you have for Natasha?
I would love the idea for the interest of Nigeria. They should harmonize themselves and work together and bring dividends of democracy to the people of this country.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So he has made his point.
Yes.
He said, yeah, even though I gave the word, but he accepted it, that he also, I felt that she was a kind of oppressed.
Yes.
And but beyond that, they should coalesce and work for the citizens. Yes.
Yes, that is for her to have gone to that stage whereby she was yelling at the top of her voice and refusing to. Of course, she has been oppressed, and she has said that, and she has been saying that she has been denied so many of. Let me not use the word privileges. She has been denied so many things, and wish nobody would want to be in such position. And she, being who she is, of course, this is Natasha we're talking about.
Yes, if she could fight the white lion.
I'm telling you, definitely she will have to speak out.
Give a big fight here. All right. So we have another caller. Hello, welcome to the program.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. We are with you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Abdulaziz Idris.
Okay, Abdulaziz Idris. From where?
I'm calling from Dusan Alhaji here.
Dusan Alhaji. Okay, welcome to the program, Abdulaziz.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Hello? Oh, we lost him. It's like the service providers, they have hiked the price, but it's like we are still living with the devil of drop calls and all that. Okay, we have another one. Hello, while Abdulaziz tries to call, we have another caller. Okay, welcome to the program.
Good evening, Mr. Hamza, and the guest in the studio.
Yes, love it. Yes, who is on the line?
Muhammad Kabir, calling from Jos.
Okay, Muhammad Kabir, welcome to Sunday Politics.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Reduce the volume of your TV set, and then go ahead and let's have your points.
Yes, sir. Just I want to state my own opinion on this particular issue between the Senate President and the Senator Natasha.
You have the floor. You have the floor. Yes.
Yes, sir. So you see, I really as an elementary student. Because I'm an aspirant, so at least my own is just an advice.
Okay.
Please, if I advise both parties, it appears to me the Senate President keeps malice. Because last time she was even saying that last time that issue of the red chambers is not a nightclub. That incident that happened.
Okay.
So it's like there is malice. The Senate President keeps malice with that particular lady. And from her own part, please, I would like to advise her, even though I know she's a lady, I know this gentleman, I'm sorry to say, please, with respect to our mothers, they are weak naturally. Because the way she was talking at that particular time, that particular moment, she was like somehow frustrated, so confused. She cannot even control her own destiny. Temper some extent, that particular issue. So please, I will advise both parties as leaders, they are lawmakers. Please, they should do the needful. They are just there to protect the interests of Nigeria. And the Senate President being a leader, before he was not there, power is strengthened. Next administration, maybe the 11th assembly, might not be the Senate President then. And he may even be at the Senate. It happens to someone like Ahmed Lawan. He's still there. It happened to Dogara when he was the speaker and later won his own election while he was not the speaker. So please, I would like to advise the Senate President. As a leader, he shouldn't keep malice. He should respect himself. And Senator Apoti, please and please, this is not the way you express your own discomfort or maybe your own anger. Please, as a leader, please. So we should do the needful. And she said that she had that when she was having this conversation with the family, she was saying that they have started discussing on how maybe to sustain her or something. That one, it won't solve the problem. Please, the Senate should do the needful. Please.
All right. Thank you very much, Mohammed Kabir, for reminding us that it was actually not the first time. Love it. You know, he said at the time, the Senate president said, you know, I think he shouted her out that Chamber wasn't a night club. But I remember, I think he apologized in a way when Nigerians descended on him for calling her out.
Yes. You know, she said she has been oppressed for quite a while. I don't know why sometimes people can't release it. I don't know why he made such statement. That was not such a very good thing to say in their caliber. You understand what I mean? I don't know why people don't know how to differentiate their personal lives from professional
calling.
Yes, calling or professional lives. Such statement is quite disrespectful. You see women facing such in workplace, it's not quite conducive in the sense that just like a statement he made that women are weak with such mentality.
Well, he actually apologized. Maybe he was looking for an alternative word to describe what I think he wanted to make a point that because women also feel that sometimes they have to be assertive for them to be heard. And that was why maybe Natasha was speaking on top of her voice in order to be heard. And he was saying that she could have refined her choice of words. She could have been, maybe, you know, do it softly.
She is a learned person. I've been in such situation before. It's just like when you're home and men tag women nagging. Before they start nagging, obviously they were not heard. Before they think, okay, I have to yell at the top of my voice in order for him to hear. Or I have to repeat a statement again and again in order for him to pay attention. She's a learned person. She's well spoken. I don't think she's doing that. A lot must have been happening behind the scene in order for her. That was an opportunity for her to express herself. Yes.
All right.
And of course, she was quite emotional and.
Thank you, Loveth. Yes, we have another caller. Hello, welcome to the program. Hello. Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. Welcome to the program. Who is on the line?
My name is Mr. Ahmed Mondi from Kogi State.
Ahmed?
Ahmed Mondi from Kogi State.
Okay, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, what is your take?
Yes, looking at the statement of the first, the person that spoke, the first person, that man, and if my sister, Honorable Loveth, will be sincere to us now, she will know that things are not very easy with them. Even her seat right now as a woman in politics. And bringing Natasha's case as a point of reference here, we can categorically say, well, we said we should not use any foul language here. But if our men folk will be very careful enough, they will know that they are the problem to the women folk in politics. Look at the case of Natasha and some of the cases Natasha has played. I'm from Kogi State. And looking at Kogi State, they love Natasha, her performance and everything because of her doings in Kogi State. Now, to me, I look at it that, like he said, the first speaker said the first time, he said that most of the time, because of the merciful kind of heart that women have, they look at that to use their natural heart to show love to people in their community, in their vicinity, and for political zones. But when it comes to men, to an extent, I'm sorry, I'm a man too, but when you see from the men's side, it's like, how can women become what they are supposed to be? I'm sorry to use that language, but looking at what you cannot do, and you see another person doing that thing, to me, if you are good enough, you have to appreciate it. Now, they are looking at her language, looking at what is in material to hold her based on the statement. She said this, she does that. Now, taking the woman, we know too well that women will consider them, both Bible and Quran state that women are weaker vessels. And as a weaker vessel, they are also part of the existentiality of human beings. Why are men not checking that aspect? In your home, sir.
Yes, finally, yes. We are running short of time. Yes, Ahmed, yes.
Yes, your wife has a lot of contribution to your becoming a good man at home. Why is it only politics that they will not want women to come and play their part to make Nigerian politics a successful one? But every time they see the performance of women, they want to dampen them, they want to destroy them, they want them to be what they are. Sir, if you permit me, let's change their ways to an extent.
All right. Thank you very much, Ahmed. He has spoken. You are smiling. you want to align with what he said?
Yes. Most men out there actually understand what we are going through. Of course, you know the cultural, the society belief of a woman's place. I think there's a popular saying in Igbo language that a woman who, sorry for using such words, who's pissed, stuff like that, will not be a leader over men. So they believe, they don't even consider, okay, this woman credibility. Just as he has said, that Natasha is doing better than most
of the men.
Yes, a woman is a mother. We understand people better, like people, well, what people are passing through. Of course, when we are given the opportunity, we always turn out to be better leaders.
But what do you make of this claim that women don't support women also in times of trial? Like now, you can see it is more of men affair trying to defend Natasha instead of the women. Some will say, it serves her right. Why will she say what she said? You know?
And that's true. That's true. That has been there, but I think the narrative is changing. From my observation or my study so far, I think because the opportunity be given to women is so narrow, so everybody wants to be there. When a particular person is being given the opportunity, the other will like, okay, why must it be this person? Why can't it be me? The platform for women to strive is not much or has not been really given.
And there is also this fear or illusion that whenever the women get the opportunity, they'll go overboard. Their propensity for exceeding the boundary is higher than men. Citing examples of some women, you know, I don't want to call names because I don't want to be taken to court.
When you say
even if it's come to corruption, you know, if it's come to thievery and all that, women, when they have the opportunity, they do everything. They take, including the rug, you know, the bulb in the office and all that. Do you agree? And that is why maybe they are having challenges.
No, not that. I believe the corruption aspect is just a few cases, but people are just, people are showing more concern to the corruption aspects instead of to others who have really done beautifully well. So women, of course, you know, we have a lot to offer. We have a lot of energy. Our brain is wired. They're quite good, intelligent women out there. I believe one day this country will give opportunity for a woman to become the president, so we could show them how it's really done or how it should be. So there are lots, just as he has said, there's a lot for we to overcome, and women should be considered more.
Okay, let me have your final take, of course, advice for the women, because Tinubu's first time is just midway.
Yes.
We have 2 years ahead, and there will be room for appointments, there will be room for opportunities and all that. How do they, this should be in less than 1 minute, how can they manage the opportunities so that they won't be falling into trouble?
So that they won't be falling into trouble?
Yes.
I think the women are always attracted to trouble, not we falling into trouble. Trouble are always, even if a few have been given such opportunity, there's always one excuse or the other to find them faulty.
So men should look inwards.
Yes, men should look inward. The advice should be for
the
advice should be for men. They should give sorry about this. My eyes, my
no problem. No problem. Yes.
They should give women more opportunity, more consideration, and they should try to redress the issue of, okay, women are weaker vessel, they can be manipulated, they can be placed in their place, they can be put in their place and all that. Instead, they should try to view us in terms of what can we offer, what do we have to do, what can we bring to the table and all that.
All right. Thank you very much, Loveth, for coming to our program. Director General, Young Ladies in Politics, and also Director of Business Development, AMAC Investment and Property Development. Thank you for coming and for your informed perspective.
Thank you so much.
Defending the women. We'll bring you to discuss more on this.
Thank you so much.
And yes, for those who tried to call and were able to, try your luck next week. For those who succeeded, thank you for being with us. And this brings us to the end of today's package of Sunday Politics. Join us next week for another interesting edition, while we look forward to an interesting package on Daily Politics tomorrow. Bye-bye from here. I'm Hamza Idris.